Hi math lovers. Welcome to notes number 18. This is lesson 1.1, second day. We're going to walk around graphs of equations. Today I want to talk about circles. You already know the formula for a circle, I'm pretty sure. That's x minus h, the quantity squared, plus y minus k, the quantity squared, is equal to r squared. This is what's called standard form of a circle. So this is something for you to memorize, remember it, love it, okay? So what I want you to think about is if I give you I have to talk about the important parts. I have to talk about the center of the circle. The center of the circle is HK, the coordinate HK, and my radius. I bet you know what the radius is. That's going to be R, okay? So if I give you a circle if I give you an equation in standard form, so if I say to you x minus 2 squared plus y squared equals 9, I bet you could tell me what the center would be. And you could also tell me the radius. And I bet you could make a sketch for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and give that a try. A couple of them. Let's do x plus 4, the quantity squared, plus y minus 1, the quantity squared, equals 11. And then, I'm going to mix things up there for that last one. So let's go ahead. We're going to fill these in like this, and then here I'm going to tell you the center is 0, 0, and the radius is 5. And you're going to tell me, we're going to make little sketches of these. It's a fun little chart here. Okay, so first one, the center. Notice that looks just like the standard form above. My h and the 2 are in the exact same spot, so it'll be my center is 2. Notice there's no 0, but we know there's no k, so I know that's going to be 0. Okay, I gave that away. And my radius is going to be the square root of 9, which is of course 3. And then you make a little sketch. So just pop on over to 2, 0. Here we are. Go up 3 each direction. I'm counting. And then you connect the points to draw your circle. Okay. Second one. I'm looking at this. My formula, again, in the spot of the h is the 4. However, the sign is different. Be careful of that. So my center is going to have the x coordinate of negative 4. And my k is going to have the coordinate of 1. And my radius is going to be the square root of 11. Off the top of my head, I know the square root of 11 is like 3-ish, right? So as I do my sketch, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, here I am. I'm going to go over about 3 in each direction, up 3, over 3, and so forth. And so I'll draw my circle that way, okay? This last one, I have a center of 0, 0. My radius is 5, so I'm going to go over and up and to the left and down 5, okay? And I'm going to connect my points to draw a beautiful circle there. And I need my formula. Well, I know my radius is 5, so 5 squared is 25. That goes here at the end. And let's see, I've got a center. If you wanted, you could say x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared. You could do that if you wanted, or you just say x squared plus y squared equals 25. Totally fine with me, okay? Next one I want to do is number 68 from the textbook. Number 68 from the textbook. So let me show you what that problem looks like. Here we're talking about standard form. It says write the standard form of the equation of the circle with the given characteristics. It says the end point of the diameter has the coordinates negative 4, negative 1, and 4, 1. Interesting. Okay. So let's see, my diameter has the end points negative 4, negative 1, and 4, 1. Doesn't give me the radius, does it? Doesn't give me the center, does it? All right, so let's see. I guess I could graph it, but I'm a terrible grapher. Gosh, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1. We're down here. I wish I could figure out what was the midpoint of these two, because that would be my center. Let's try the midpoint. My center, good problem. The center is going to be the same as the midpoint of the diameter. All right, so we go back to that formula you love. You take the average of the x's over 2, and the average of the y's, negative 1 plus 1 over 2. Well, that's going to be 0, 0, right? So I know my center is going to be 0, 0. So it's going to go right through there. And now I have to figure out my radius. Well, I got a couple options, you know. If I had not figured out the center first, I would just go ahead and I would figure out the length from 0, or I would figure out the length from the diameter one to the other. I could definitely do that. Since I figured out the center first, why not? Wow, why not just throw the zeros in there, right? So let's see, my radius is going to be equal to the square root of, you know what we get to use, kids? I know, it's exciting. The distance formula, right? So I'm going to use 4 and 1. So I'm going to go ahead with, let's see, distance formula. So that's going to be 4 minus 0 squared and 1 minus 0 squared, which of course is going to be 16 plus 1. So I've got the square root of 17 for my radius. So my job here is to write the equation, right? So I have to write the equation. Make sure you guys can see that on my paper. My equation here, my center is 0, 0. So it's going to be x squared plus y squared. And my radius is going to be the square root of 17. And of course I'll square it, which of course is x squared plus y squared equals 17. Now, this problem lowers the level of difficulty because my midpoint is 0, 0, okay? So just getting your feet wet with this problem, if I were to pick one for a quiz or a test on the honors level, this really would be kicked up a notch where you'd have, you know, much more exciting numbers to work with here, okay? So have fun with your graphs. Again, remember your circle formula, x minus h the quantity squared plus y minus k the quantity squared equals r squared. You should be expected to memorize that. And have fun with your problem set.